Hey, hi everybody, JP here. We're live once again from InfoComm 2025 in Orlando, Florida. I want to welcome you for those that are joining us live or those that might be watching the replay afterwards. We're here with Nathaniel from AGA. Nathaniel?
Hi. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's great to have you online and basically talk about what you guys are showing here at the show. And for AGA, you guys are highlighting several new products around the show.
Absolutely, yeah.
So maybe just let's talk us through it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So for those of us, or for those of you who are at the show, we're at booth 4127. Right now, we're highlighting the DRM2 Plus, which was announced yesterday, which is a new chassis for our mini converters. It can hold up to 24 mini converters. It has a dual power supply for redundancy, and it has a swing away face for ease of use. So a little bit more cooling in there, and a little bit easier way to rack up to 24 of these devices. Really nice piece of kit for organizing all of our mini converters.
That's very cool. And for anybody that does AGA, you guys have a long history in broadcast in terms of designing your units, and everybody uses that. You see a lot of different production setups. Is there an area of your technology you guys are talking about here at the show that you're kind of highlighting and creating better efficiency in terms of how you integrate some of the products as part of the chassis setup and everything else?
Well, for this product, yes, it's more of an ease of use upgrade.
Okay.
And the redundant power supply is a requirement in a broadcast setting, in a can't fail setting,
right?
Which is where we thrive,
okay.
right? So really, it's an upgrade. We listen to our customers, and this is what they said they were looking for.
Fantastic. So you've got this. What's the next product? Anything else that you're kind of covering from
Sure. So we had three new products at NAB. The first one I'll tell you about is our Bridge Live 3G8, which is an 8-channel streaming appliance, which will let you go fully bi-directional channels in and out. If you're going SDI to RTMP or HLS, or allows you to tie sites together to stream directly to end users, or it's a very flexible and versatile box for live transcode.
Got it. So you've got that going on.
We have that. We also have this is our Dante 12 GAM box, which is an embed disembed for Dante. It will take HD SDI up to 2 channels, so it's a single channel box, and you can get an SFP with either fiber or copper for the second channel. Lets you embed, disembed up to 16 audio channels per video channel.
Very nice.
And then finally over here we have the Kumo 64x64, which is a 12G 64x64 router, which is very often requested piece of kit.
Right.
Perfect for house of worship, or if you're doing a high school, or if you're doing a conference, conferencing, anything like that.
That's very nice. And I mean, particularly the chassis in terms of the modularity of, kind of housing everything that you need for your production, right, and putting it in a rack, and the rack space is sometimes limited, and then being able to have this on top of it and creating a better way of kind of basically, as we all know, sometimes you go to a rack, you kind of see a mirage of wires and things that are all happening from the production side of it, and especially when you got to triage and troubleshoot, you guys are doing a great job in trying to make it where it's easy to not only view it on the outside, but also like you talk about with the bridge and everything else.
Absolutely. And a lot of it is about the density and efficiency and economizing space. As you can see with the chassis or the Kumo, every inch of space is used.
And is that area for AGA things you guys are taking the feedback as you talk about with customers and getting more feedback from them, looking at where sometimes you may have remote sites, right? You have different ways to manage this infrastructure that you may not always be at the site where these are being housed. Is there areas of the software, things you guys are looking at for remote production?
We have our mini config software, which can be used in the chassis with a USB bridge and a utility computer. The Kumo has an HTTP interface, so just a web browser interface.
Sure.
It also has API access through HTTP, so and the same with the Bridge Live.
Wow.
It's just a browser interface. You just punch it up in your browser, and you can do everything with the device.
Very nice.
So very easy to manage, very easy to use.
Right, which is one of the challenges sometimes when you're trying to route all the feeds and trying to make sure in terms of the configuration.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So you can trigger salvos from the API. It's a very versatile way to control the system.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Anything else here at the show that you guys, highlights for you guys that you're seeing in terms of what being a more pro AV audience, right? And as opposed to where NAV is more broadcaster, even though you see pro AV and you see other content creators. Is there here at InfoComm anything for people to be aware of that may not be here or here that to check out that you see?
I think the things that are really gaining traction here are the Dante devices. Over here behind you, you mind if I show that off? Thank you. So we have a Dante AV device, which handles video. It's a point-to-point video over your existing Dante network.
Okay.
So super easy to use. It's almost plug and play with the Dante management software. You plug it in and it discovers the endpoints, and you can start streaming your video across your Dante network.
Oh, wow.
Dialing up and down the bit rate and quality that your application requires. So we're seeing a lot of interest in that technology, and as well as the NDI technology. We have the Bridge device as an NDI device, where you have 16 channels of I/O for NDI.
Which is very, and as that's kind of maturing and developing in terms of it's been there.
Yes.
But from a video over IP and even audio now, whether it's Dante or NDI or other areas, we're seeing more. I think you talk about and being able to provide that. And that's something I know at AGA you guys are really focusing on, trying to provide more tools.
That's right.
To help them deliver, be it video or audio or both, and the same.
As you need to, whether it's Dante, whether it's NDI, whether it's baseband, whether it's 2110. Right. Obviously the focus here is on simplifying some of those signal flows.
Sure.
So that less technical users can use the devices where you don't have to have an engineer all the time.
Great.
Yeah.
You have to have like the propeller head, so to speak, in the background. Like, hey, can you come fix this real quick? Because
I don't know which button to push.
I want to push the right button, but I don't know what button. If I push this button, I don't know what happens.
Exactly.
Right. That's the scenario. Okay, that's very cool. That's great. That's good. And we'll put links for everybody that's watching online from Nathaniel from AGA in terms of the products we're talking about, as well as some of the information that we're discussing.
Perfect.
Doing that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you taking the time to kind of walk us through and do that. And for everybody that's watching online, again, I'll put some links. We'll do some follow-up in terms of, you'll see on social media after InfoComm. Let us know. Comment, ask questions, either to me or for Nathaniel.
Yeah, stop by and see us.
Yeah,
booth 4127.
There you go. If you're here at the show, stop on by. They'd love to come and show you what we just talked about. With that, I will talk to you in the next live session here at InfoComm 2025, Orlando, Florida. Goodbye for now.